Welcome back to the newest episode of So You Want to Be a Vtuber. We've talked about the basics before, and then we started to talk about, media and the type of streaming apps you're going to use. Since we've covered those, we can now talk about one of the most important topics. And I briefly touched on this earlier, but now we are going into platforms. Yes. Scary topic. Scary topic. I know. There are two main ones. Most people know them. As you can see here, you are already seeing next to me that we have Twitch up. Twitch is one of the major streaming platforms. Not so much for Archival. That is more a YouTube thing. And we're going to talk about YouTube shortly. Very shortly. So, you can wait just a little bit for that. But first we need to talk about Twitch. Twitch is originally designed from the ground up to do streaming, and not archival like YouTube was, which is why they are possibly still the dominant force in streaming, though there's a big debate about exactly, what's going on there and what that could mean. But for now, they're still slightly better, at least in some areas, as far as streaming goes. This starts with the integration with OBS. If you've never streamed before, just to get this out there, OBS was pretty much designed originally to support streaming on Twitch. You just link your Twitch account, and then you just hit the button. There's nothing else needed. There's no other things. You just log in like you were logging into your Twitch account on the website or the app. It is super easy because of that. Super, super easy because of that. This says a lot about, the usefulness of Twitch and why it is just so easy to start doing. Same thing happens on consoles. Consoles, you can pretty much just log into your Twitch account and start streaming if you are into that sort of thing. Not the way I would stream on Twitch, and not the Vtuber way, definitely. But it is what makes it just so easy to do. That anyone can do it. And it takes, almost no effort. It also has a integration with connectivity options, what they tend to refer to as extensions. I can't really show you what an extension looks like very easily, because a lot of extensions are built for particular games. Games can have integrated support in them just to support Twitch. This is potentially huge. It can change the entire way a game plays by just having viewers who interact with your game live. And that is the power of Twitch extensions. They still get made, even now, and Twitch sometimes promotes these and sometimes doesn't do much, but they do offer a very wide range of extensions for all sorts of things, games, not games. But you can find lots of extensions, and those can all make the experience more interactive. This is something that YouTube just does not have, at least not that I've ever seen. And it would probably take some sort of reworking their system to get it supported. So that's one thing to consider. Definitely one thing to consider. Now, we should talk about their affiliate and partner programs. Affiliate is where you can first start to make money on Twitch. The requirements are basically 50 followers, so 50 people that follow you, and that you stream 8 hours a month on at least 7 different days. So that is a very low impact job if you could actually succeed at that. The catch, though, is the very last thing. You need 3 average viewers. Starting out, it can be really hard to have 3 average viewers over an entire stream session. I find this very, very difficult. In fact, you have days where you just don't have anyone show up. It happens. And those will all affect that average, making it even that much harder to get to affiliate. Because those are effectively zeros, and zeros are a heavy impact on what is already a very low number. Don't let this get you down, but this is just the reality of it. It is both not hard to get affiliate and also incredibly hard to get affiliate. It really depends on how many people you can get to watch you on a regular basis. And the more you stream, it's actually counterproductive, but it becomes even harder because it figures into that average. So you need people every time you stream to watch you. And yeah, that is the difficulty of the situation. But if you make affiliate, you get access to this subscription system, so you can have people subscribe to you, and you unlock emotes that you can do for your channel. It'll be the starting set of emotes. There's only a limited number of slots, and you have to develop your channel to gain more slots. So you can eventually have a lot of emotes, but you start with just a couple that you can have. But those are your initial ways to make money. It also unlocks the tip function, or donations as they sometimes call it. So that's a bad terminology to get into. That Twitch lets you do. You can do tips other ways, but the way built into Twitch requires that you become an affiliate first. That's the minimum level, basically, to get things to work as far as making money. So, you've met the requirements for that, and then we have partner. What does partner do that the affiliate level does not? Well, it is mostly about exposure. All these people on the front page here that we see are partnered streamers. If you're not a partner, you are very unlikely to ever be on this page. Which could be good or bad depending on how you look at it, but getting on the front page will get you a lot of exposure, and that exposure could mean that you have new viewers. This is sometimes why they say that Twitch is not so good for new streamers, because new streamers aren't hyped up in any way, which pretty much can be said to not care about you until you become at least an affiliate, and in most cases you have to be a partner. And until you get to that point, Twitch is ambivalent about your existence, and that's potentially good and potentially bad. So we're just going to say it's a draw here. Now, I do want to mention that universal emotes, which is what they are, because your emotes can be used in any channel, help advertise you. So, while some people look down on using other people's, emotes in someone else's channel, they are pure advertisement for whoever those emotes come from. Because if you use a cute emote and someone else likes that cute emote, it's a good chance that they will hunt you down to try to find where they too can get those cute emotes. So, emotes can be a really heavy impact once you have access to them because of that universal nature to them. This is something that YouTube can't do as of right now, at least, but we'll talk about that more later, and why them being universal is such an important aspect of this, because if it wasn't just a universal emote that you could use in any channel, the power of the emote is a lot less. We also need to talk about how subscriptions aren't just a source of money for you. If people subscribe to you, of course you're getting money from that. It's one of the most easy ways to make your stunning money if you're a Twitch streamer. But it's not just about money. There are so many different things that can be tied to subscriptions. various things within chat, like the ability to use caps or post links, can be tied to subscriptions. So chat functionality is part of that. So say you wanted to make it so tier 3 subscribers could post links. So people could pay you a decent amount every month just for the ability to do that in your chat. That's an option. That is an option. It also works with the bot system too. You can tier the bot, so subscribers have access to different rules in your bots than they do without the subscription. So it sort of separates that, and there's a universal function to this too, which is if you need to, you can put your chat into subscriber only mode. It's not good if you're a growing streamer to do that, at least very often, but you can do that. And this has the ability to simply not allow anyone who's not a subscriber to chat in your channel. This can be a powerful tool if you're having issues with people that are not subscribers. Like, oh, you're playing a new game and people keep spoiling things for everyone. Well, if you trust your subscribers to not say things that would spoil the game, you can just turn on subscriber mode, and then only your subscribers can talk, and hopefully you'll have less to deal with as far as people spoiling the game. This is an incredibly powerful tool when it's used correctly. This is why the system of subscriptions can be just so overwhelmingly powerful, and what makes Twitch more useful than it otherwise could be. On top of this, there's retention tools. There's VIP status that you can give to people. There's some special systems that some streamers have set up. It takes a lot of programming work to do them, but they can even automatically make people that, like, say, chat a lot in your chat a VIP based on criteria. I couldn't tell you what those criteria are, but I've seen it done before, and that means that you could theoretically do it yourself if you were so inclined. You can also give VIP status to, like, friends and other people, and that can be a useful retention tool if you say, well, you've been a subscriber for a long time, you can't do it anymore, but I'm just going to give you VIP status, and you gain most of the same things you did as a subscriber. You get to be special in my channel because you've been here for so long. You can just do that manually without any sort of scripts or programming needed. It's all just on you. That's a very powerful tool. There's also gift subscriptions, which is another feature that seems to be exclusive to Twitch, though I'm guessing that eventually it could come to other platforms. It's just not been done or seen yet on those. Gift subscriptions are an amazing tool because they let you have your subscriber base, and even potentially your not yet subscribed base, gift other people subscriptions. This is a great way to get people to actually come check out your channel. Say you have a friend who has never actually been to one of your streams, but someone gifts them a sub, then they're more likely to come just because they have a subscription now. Why wouldn't you go check out what you have a subscription to? And heck, if they like the emotes that come with it, they might decide that even if they haven't ever watched your stuff, they might keep it just because. It's a very powerful tool when used correctly because of that. Then you have the whole bits system. And again, this comes in at affiliate level and is the third way to make money. And this can be a powerful retention tool as well because you can get bits for watching ads. So people can come and cheer in your channel after having watched a bazillion ads and just, spend bits as often as they feel like, and that gives you money. And there's a status to having been, say, like the top tipper or cheerer in a channel. It's something that there are actually tools for to show that XYZ person is the top tipper for this month or the top cheerer. Those are powerful retention tools to keep people coming back, even if they're busy, even if other things are going on. They might stop in just for, say, 10 minutes to, re-up their sub and cheer for you. It makes it less likely that people forget that you exist, especially if you haven't been able to do anything for, say, a few weeks. Like if you go on vacation, you can get away with that a little bit more on Twitch than you might on, say, YouTube, because there's tools here that help with retention and getting people to come back, even if you haven't been posting anything for a bit. So, we've talked about that. Let's move on to the next thing. The archival on Twitch is kind of inferior, mostly because at its base level, it only lasts for 14 days. Premium users and partners have up to 60 days, but the base tier is that your archives, your recordings of your streams are only kept for 14 days. And even that has to be turned on. If you don't turn it on, then it doesn't archive anything you've streamed. You probably should opt to turn those on, even if you delete them afterwards, just so that you can get a copy of your streams to have for yourself. If you want to be able to clip stuff from when you're streaming, you need this on, and it's an important tool. But it's also transient. It will go away. It only lasts 2 weeks or 2 months, depending. So you have to be quick about dealing with these things. It also is currently a source of trouble with DMCA stuff, but as long as you avoid anything that would get you in trouble with DMCA, you don't really have to worry too much about it. It's not impossible to have problems still, but if you take care, there's less of a chance. Less of a chance. It's not perfect, but nothing else is either, and we're going to get to that here. We've talked about how it can be downloaded. They even have an option to just send it right to YouTube for you. You can just send your videos over. When I've tried to do this, it tends to break, and for some reason, YouTube just never manages to process my videos, so I have to do it manually by downloading and re-upping over on YouTube. But it's there, and it might work for you. I think it has to do with the fact that I have a widescreen display, and that changes the video ratio. Not an issue when I'm streaming, but it is an issue for, YouTube, because YouTube wants a specific format for your videos. They don't really appreciate that I do stuff in ultra-wide. They don't really like that much. Which is ironic, since all my stuff is in it, so I just have to sort of deal. But it is what it is. And I've also mentioned that once you have these archives, they can be turned into clips. Your viewers can also clip stuff. So they can clip a bit of a video, and then they can post that around. That's a great way to get some advertising. Just amazingly good. Right. YouTube has sort of specialists that are hog clippers. These are people that go out and clip videos from other videos, which sounds kind of weird when I say it that way, but it's what a lot of big streamers have entire followings of, are just people who clip stuff from their videos. So the ability for just anyone to come by and just automatically be able to clip the stuff that you have streamed is an incredible tool. Just incredibly powerful tool. But Twitch has some downsides, and we need to talk about those. Low discoverability is the big thing. If you're a new streamer, it is hard to get noticed. Most people are going to find you either by browsing a category. So say you are a Genshin Impact streamer. That's the game you decide you want to play. Well, you're going to be one of 500 or 1,000 people that might be streaming it at any given time. So this is where it becomes hard to get noticed, because the ones that come up first in the list are going to be the ones that have the most viewers. So if you have no viewers or one viewer, you're going to be at the very bottom, and it's going to be harder to find you. That's just part of the way it's built, and this is kind of a bad thing. And it does really hurt a new streamer if they can't build an audience enough to get noticed when they're in a category. I feel this myself all the time. There's also search. You can search not just by, say, a name, but you can search by tags. I seem to get found a lot because people search for the term anime. And I have set up the tag anime when I'm streaming. So people get shown me because they're searching for anime. It's a thing that, happens. I get a lot of people that way. I don't understand quite how that works, but it is how it works. Search, though, you can't rely on, because you just have to, get lucky, basically, with search. There's no tools to help with discoverability within search. This goes into the next thing I need to talk about, which is that the tags, the marks that you can attach to what information you put out there to find you is limited. They have specific tags, and you can't change those. Anime is just one of those tags. But there is no, Vtuber tag. It's been brought up before that we need one, but there is not one. So you can't just search for Vtuber and hope to get anything. It's just not there. Which is crazy. It is completely crazy, but that is actually how the system works. You can't create tags, and those tags can have very low discoverability attached to them. I'm positive that there are probably 12,000 people that show up when you search for anime. It's only going to show the people playing right now and what their current tags are, and currently streaming now, and what their tags are. But this all adds up if, you gotta get lucky. And that's sort of the issue with discoverability and how it affects Twitch. So, now that we've covered that, I should also briefly mention that Twitch also has a horrendous record with DMCA copyright strikes. It's become a big thing as of last year. They've handled it very badly compared to YouTube, and it shows. I mean, literally as of when I'm creating this, just the other day, Twitch themselves had to play different music over top of Metallica because Metallica was playing at an event that was being streamed, and it was something they had worked on. But their gaming channel could not stream the music that Metallica was playing because they weren't sure if they'd get copyright striked. And they didn't want to have their own channel be copyright striked. So they literally played different music over that segment of a show that they were, rebroadcasting from the official event. So it's a huge issue, and they have dealt with it very badly. Very badly. It's pretty much up to us as streamers / content creators to handle all of this copyright stuff on our own, which is sort of pain. But that is our rundown on Twitch. Let's move on to the next topic.